The Kerno Legacy Series, Book 1, Chapter 3, The Fisherman on the Slipway. Rowan woke early, though she hadn't slept much. The cottage creaked and settled through the night, as though it was adjusting to her presence. Every sound was amplified: the sigh of the wind under the eaves, the faint rattle of the stove door, the distant wash of the tide crawling up the creek. Morning light leaked through the crooked shutters. She pushed them open and saw Penharrow Cove for the first time in the daylight. The small village looked smaller than it had the night before, more self-contained, more secretive. Mist clung low across the creek, rolling gently over the mudflats where the gulls picked at the edges of the tide. The air smelled of salt and damp stone, and something faintly metallic. Tin again. Was it in the soil, in the water, or just in her imagination? She dressed, grabbed a notebook, habit not necessity, and stepped outside. The green shard of lantern glass was still in her pocket. The lane curved down towards the harbour. As she followed it, she passed the pub. Its windows were dark, but a curl of smoke rose from the chimney. Somebody was already inside. Further along, Rowan noticed the first proper sign of life. A man kneeling by a stack of lobster pots, mending the netting with methodical ease. He was broad-shouldered without being heavy, his movements economical, practiced. His jacket was worn at the seams, his boots coated with salt dust. Something about him, the steadiness, perhaps the quiet, told her he belonged to the place in a way she never could. He glanced up at her approach, not startled, not curious, just aware. "Morning," she offered. "Morning," he said, returning to his work. His voice carried the soft cadence of Cornwall, the kind that made every sentence sound older than it was. "I'm looking for the harbour master," Rowan said. "He found the harbour," he replied, tying off a knot. "Master's inside somewhere, or he will be when he's good and ready." Rowan waited. He didn't elaborate. Do you know him?" she asked. "Everyone knows him." He paused, looked up, finally meeting her eyes. "You're Agnes Trethaway's kin." A statement, not a question. Rowan felt a small shift inside her, annoyance mixed with something more complicated. "I'm her great niece. I didn't really know her. You wouldn't have." He stood, wiped his hands on his jacket. Agnes kept herself. Rowan resisted the urge to point out how often she'd heard that in the past 24 hours. "I'm just trying to understand the place," she said, "and my family's connection to it." At that his gaze sharpened, subtly but unmistakably. "Some things don't need understanding," he said quietly, not straight off. "What's that mean?" "It means Penharrow's got a way of telling its own story in its own time." Rowan crossed her arms. "I prefer facts to riddles. Some facts don't want finding." He picked up another pot. "Best let the cove show you what it wants to show you." Rowan bristled. "I didn't come here to be managed." A flicker, amusement, frustration, passed over his face. "I'm not managing you," he said. "Just giving you fair warning." He nodded towards the cliff. "Look solid, don't they? They aren't. Half hollow underneath. Mine's running through them like veins. You step in the wrong place, you're liable to disappear." "I'll keep that in mind," Rowan said tightly. He gave a small, respectful incline of his head. "Jory Penhallow," he added, almost as an afterthought, "just in case you want to shout at someone by name next time." Rowan blinked. "I wasn't shouting." "You were warming up to it." She couldn't tell if he was teasing her or insulting her. Possibly both. "I'm Dr. Rowan Trethaway." His expression shifted just slightly. "Ah, that explains it." "Explains what?" "Never mind." He nodded towards the harbour office. "Tom will be in soon. He'll help you, if he thinks it's wise." "And if he doesn't?" Jory shrugged. "Then he won't." A gull shrieked overhead. Jory glanced at it, then back at Rowan. Something unreadable crossed his eyes, as though a thought he chose not to share. "Careful walking up the cliff path," he said, lifting another pot. "Ground's not what it looks." He returned to his nets. Rowan watched him for a moment. Irritation and curiosity tangled together. Then she realized he hadn't asked her why she was here. He already knew. Everyone in Penharrow seemed to know something she didn't. She started towards the harbour office. The cold shard of lantern glass pressed against her leg as she walked.